With the brand new Premier League season about to begin, we're getting a little bit excited. So we thought we'd do something a little bit different. We're going to try and predict the table. Yeah, this is going to go very well.
Well, I think I have it nailed, honestly.
Spot on. Every position, spot on.
Imagine one of us we come back at the end of the season that has every position right or something crazy like that. That would be insane.
What I'm looking forward to is the bad negative comments, and this is a shocking prediction, and then they're like exactly right. But probably won't happen, but there you go.
That would be nice.
So we're going to start at the very bottom of the table. So I'm going to put Everton now, So he's an Everton fan, by the way. I'm a West Ham fan, so we're probably a little bit biased. Also, we have no idea what we're talking about. We're not pundits. It's just a bit of fun. I'm going to go with Bournemouth, though, as my
me too.
choice. Oh, well, okay. We agree.
Bournemouth last. They're just such a yo-yo club, you know? They're just up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know.
Lack of signings for me. Like, they haven't really bought anyone apart from one I know is Ryan Fredericks, who used to play for West Ham, of course. Very, very quick, but he's reliable. He's not very reliable, and he makes the odd mistake. So it's just not looking great. I think
I'm not sold on Scott Parker either yet.
I am actually, but I just don't feel like they have the players to stay up. So I think they're going to struggle.
Fair enough.
Not as bad as Norwich last season, but still.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
That was pretty bad. 19th. I've gone for, this is quite an interesting call, Southampton for me.
Oh, you know who I've gone for?
Don't go West Ham.
Southampton.
Oh, really? You're kidding me.
Yeah, I went Southampton 19th as well.
Jesus. So my reasoning's that they ended last season like really bad, and they really struggled. And again, haven't really seen any sort of big signings. Had a couple of close calls previous seasons. It's going to be bad, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they just struggled more and more as time has gone on. I just worry for them. Hasenhüttl, I do think, is a good coach, but I don't know. I don't know if they have the squad there to compete in the Premier League. We'll see.
Have they had any big signings? I don't think they have, really, have they? They've got like
one
method, and that's it. So if one player gets injured, it seems to just fall apart.
They have a small squad, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Next up for me, if you're sorry, this is like exactly the same. It's gonna be so bad. My one is Fulham.
Okay, no, I went slightly different here. I went for Nottingham Forest in 18th.
Okay, so you've gone for two of the sort of going up clubs, and Southampton's go down. Okay, so I've gone for obviously Fulham. I think Leno is going to be a big signing for them. I think it's actually a mega deal on their part, but I just don't feel like they have the team. I think they got rid of Carvalho, who was their sort of big player last season, to Liverpool. Haven't really replaced him. I think it's going to be a long old season for Fulham.
Forest, like, they have made some decent signings. They've got Jesse Lingard. They got him in on 80,000 a week, yeah, Scott? I'm just not sure it'll be enough. I don't know. I'm not sure it'll be enough for Forest then. I don't know. Jesse Lingard kind of seems like he's just out for a payday, so who knows how motivated he's going to be. We'll see, I guess.
And it's just a year contract, which is a bit weird as well.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We'll see how it goes.
So who's just going to be safe in 17th? Who have you gone for?
I have gone for Leeds to escape by the skin of their teeth once again. Okay. I don't know. I think Leeds will have enough to stay up, and I think Jesse March will maybe show himself as a decent coach. But then again, I don't really think that their squad is really that great, and they kind of just had that intensity before that kept them up and kept them in the Premier League before. But I don't know. We'll see.
I've got Leeds in a very contrasting position to that, complete opposite. So that'll be interesting when we get to that. 17th, I've gone for Everton. I think it's going to be a really tough season unless you get some of these transfers over the line. Calvert-Lewin is already injured and the season hasn't started. I think it's going to be a struggle. I think Lampard's a good manager. I just don't think the players are good enough. And I think it's such a big club. There's so much pressure on the players. I think they're just going to struggle again, in my opinion. But yeah.
Nah. Fake news.
Fake news.
Onana's here we go, brother. That Lampard pull.
Have you signed him?
Yeah, well, it's here we go, yeah.
So. Okay, wow, okay. That's a big sign. He's really tall, decent player, young.
And we're getting N'Gana Gay next to him. So a little bit of maturity there as well.
Yeah, your centre midfield could look pretty good. That could definitely help. But who's going to play up front? Rondon again?
No, I think Dele Alli will play false nine against Chelsea, but we're going to sign a striker, definitely.
Okay.
You're definitely going to sign a striker.
Okay, fair enough. It depends on signings. This is like quite hard to do. We haven't really seen the first game of the season. We haven't seen the full transfers done yet.
Yeah, transfer window's still open for another 2 weeks or something. So So it could be different in 2 weeks' time.
Exactly. 16th, I've gone for Forest.
Nottingham Forest, okay.
Yeah. So I think Lingard's gonna do well for them. Even though he's gone there for a payday, he's gone there for a year. Some Forest fans think he's gone there on 80k, while West Ham offered him 127k. Okay, that makes sense. But they got a whole new squad, 12 players, I think it is. Spent loads of money. I think Cooper's a good manager. I think they're gonna do well. I think they're gonna be so hyped about going up. And they're such a big club. They won the title 2 times, I believe. Was it Champions League 2 times? I don't know. But yeah, they're a big team. They're going to be very up for it this year, for sure.
Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah. I mean, yeah, they could definitely stay up. I just had them in there based on kind of them. I don't know. I just think there's teams better than them. And I've gone for the team you had to get relegated in 16th with Fulham.
Okay.
So I do think that Marco Silva is a quality young manager. He was a little bit out of his depth maybe with us, and he didn't really get enough of a chance. I feel like he got really unlucky. A lot of VAR decisions went against him. He got shocking injuries, and he didn't really get backed in the right way by the owners and stuff like that. So I think he could have been successful with us, but it just didn't go the right way. But yeah, I think he'll do well with Fulham. They have made quite a few signings as well, I believe, and I think they'll have enough to stay up next season.
So you're thinking Silva's a good manager. You can get some performances out of him. Who's that striker they've got as well? Is it Mitrovic? Is it
Mitrovic? Yeah, I mean they scored an unbelievable amount of goals last season, but it is the Championship, and obviously the Premier League's a massive step up. But I think they'll have enough to stay up.
They played some really risky football last year, so I'm not sure that's going to work this year, but we'll see. So we'll see what happens. 15th, I've gone for Wolves, which is going to disappoint a lot of people. Maybe surprise some people as well. Again, they had a really bad end of the season, last season. No real improvements in terms of transfers. Their striker is injured.
Jimenez injured, yeah?
He is, yeah. He's out for at least, I think, a month, maybe. They've kept Neto. They've kept Ruben Diaz. No, that's not Ruben Diaz.
They've just would you believe it? It just came out on Twitter that they've rejected a £35 million bid from Nottingham Forest for Morgan Gibbs-White.
What?
Which, considering Morgan Gibbs-White, I don't think he even starts for Wolves, really, is crazy money that they've rejected that bid.
Forest have a lot of money this season, don't they?
Yeah, it seems like they do, yeah.
Anyway, breaking news. Yeah, I think Wolves is going to struggle, in my opinion. They've managed to keep some of their better players, but again, no real improvement. I think they may struggle.
Yeah, for me, I think Wolves is probably the club that I really don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this.
Great.
I'm very kind of I don't know whether they're going to be better or worse than last season. It's hard to tell, really. But
they could really struggle. Honestly, they could be the bottom 3.
Yeah, I think potentially. Yeah, but then again, they could be top 10. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird club.
It's one that I'm struggling with. I am going for Crystal Palace in 15th.
Yeah, I can see that.
Palace, even Vieira yesterday was talking about how they're short on numbers.
Okay.
I do think Vieira is a good coach, and I think he will do well with them. But they've lost Conor Gallagher. I think he was nearly the heart of their midfield.
Yep.
And they do have a lot of good young players like Eze, and then they have Zaha as well, of course. Not young, but Eze was the young fellow I was talking about. And they have quite a few signings that came in last season, but I don't know. I just think they'll struggle. As Vieira said, they're short on numbers, but I think they'll comfortably stay in the Premier League as well. I think they're trending in the right direction, but Gallagher will be a big loss for this season at least.
Yeah, they still got. Why have I just got his name again? Oh, Benteke. Benteke.
Oh, Benteke.
In 2022 is their main striker.
I know, crazy. Yeah,
that's a little bit terrifying.
Yeah, they have Michael Olise looks good as well though, and they've signed Czech Decore and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they do have. They'll be decent, but I don't think they'll. I
wouldn't be surprised if they somehow break the top 10, even top 9.
Really?
So we'll see. Okay. We'll see what happens. 14th, I've gone for Leicester City. Man, the hype around this team is 0 right now. Schmeichel just left for 1 million. It makes absolutely no sense.
That is a weird one. Very strange one.
It's a weird one. But apparently his dad done it as well. He just left for Sporting because he wanted a change. He just left, even though he was at the height of his career. It was weird. Again, no signings. Vardy's getting old. Can they keep Maddison? I think they are going to keep Maddison, which is definitely a plus.
Looks like Yuri Tillemans might be leaving. Arsenal are interested in Tillemans,
yeah,
and
it's just
I think
no hype around this squad at all. It's just
Chelsea are bidding for Fofana as well. I think they bid 60 million for Wesley Fofana, and kind of like apparently I did hear that Leicester were kind of struggling with FFP as well, so maybe that's a part of it.
Have they spent much money though? I don't remember them spending much money. That's weird. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I don't know. I think they did, but previously, maybe after they won the league or something. I'm not sure exactly, but
it's one of those clubs where they're going to be safe, but it's not going to be a great season either.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I have gone for Brentford in 14th. I think towards the end of the season last season, they were really struggling, or towards the middle of the season, they were really struggling. Christian Eriksen came in, completely transformed the team, in my opinion. Like he made such a difference. And now that he's left, I think they will struggle to replace his creativity. But they have got some decent signings in. Apparently, they've agreed a fee for Mikkel Damsgaard now. I think he's going to be really good for them. I'd keep an eye on him for the season. He's a player that I played with in FIFA, actually, quite a bit. So, Damsgaard, I think a young Danish player. I think he's only like 20, 21. So, I think they got him for 15 million, which seems like a good deal. And I think he could do well for them. And Brentford will comfortably stay up, but kind of be languishing in mid-table there around 14th. That's what I'm going for.
I think they'd take that, wouldn't they, honestly? I think that's...
I think they would take that, yeah.
They could suffer with second season syndrome as well, which happens quite often, where you have a good first season in the Premier League and then it just comes crashing down, but we'll see.
Yeah, they looked really bad before Eriksen came in. Like, they were really
they were struggling, weren't they?
So. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
12th, I've gone for...
13th. 13th.
13th. 13th, I've gone for Villa. So
Aston Villa, okay.
Again, an interesting one. I think Gerrard is a good manager. I think he's going to do a great job. Coutinho being signed up, I think is a massive deal. I don't know why I put them that low. Honestly, it's one of those ones where I'm like looking at the table now. I'm like, why did I put them there? But that's where I put them. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they're going to have a few more signings coming through as well. So
okay. Yeah, I've gone for Leicester there in 13th. Okay. I mean, we just talked about that, so I don't have too much to say about it. I mean, Vardy is pushing on. Seems to be injured quite a bit. And they're just trending in the wrong direction for the last few seasons, it seems like. So I'm going to go for Leicester down in the bottom half. Okay.
Still haven't heard about Everton yet, which is interesting.
Go on hear about him for a while now.
Oh, God. Okay, so 12th place, I've gone for Crystal Palace. We've spoken about it a little bit already. Benteke still being there. I think Zaha's going to have a little bit more freedom this year, which is definitely a positive. Apart from that, I don't think have they made any decent signings? I didn't note any down.
I think they signed Czech Ducore was the one that the one notable that I can remember. But
yeah, again, I think
they made some good signings last season, though. I think
12th would be a really good season for them. I think Vieira.
Yeah, I think they take that.
Yeah. I think 12th place. Crystal Palace.
I am going for Wolves, 12th place, and as I said, this is the team that I'm really not sure on. I mean, they could be better or they could be way worse. But I'm putting them here, and we'll see. I guess
they need some signings badly. They need another striker as well. Like, they've got one striker.
Apparently they might be getting Batshuayi on loan, but I don't know how good Batshuayi is really. But we'll see.
Yeah, wasn't he potentially going to go to Everton? I was hearing at one point, but anyway.
Yeah, apparently we're not interested anymore. So
okay,
I think that's good. I don't really want him personally.
This is quite a bad place to be. Is at 11th place, not in the top half. It's a bit of a bit of a nothing season. I put Brighton there. I think Potters might leave at some point during this season, in my honest opinion. I think he's a great manager. I feel like one of the top 6 clubs are going to struggle. He's going to move on. Again, no more signings as far as I can tell. Cucurella, who looks like he's leaving for Chelsea.
I think Chelsea have announced it now, actually.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I think 11th still great. I think Potters is a great manager. I think they're just going to struggle this season a little bit.
Yeah, I have Brighton there too.
Okay. Oh, well.
I feel like they are making some smart signings. They finished 9th last season somehow, which is incredible when you look at that table. Like I would not have expected to see Brighton 9th because I remember they were down in like 16th there towards the end of the season, but it was so close from like 9th all the way down to 17th. Honestly, like it was ridiculously close. It was just. No one was really doing that good out of the mid-table teams. But yeah, I think Brighton would take would take 11th for next
100%,
season.
yeah.
And I do agree with you on Graham Potter. I think he's good, and I think he's destined to go to a big club in the foreseeable future. But I think Levy Colwill or whatever that's coming in on loan for them could be good. He's a young centre back from Chelsea. I think he could do well for them as well.
Lamptey's going to push on as well. I think this season. I think they're going to have. Again, they could definitely get in like the top 8, maybe potentially if everything goes well. Obviously, a lot of this is dependent on whether some of your best players get injured, like on the first day, which could easily happen.
Yeah.
You know how football works. Top 10. Wow.
Top 10. Here we go.
Here we go. So I've gone for Brentford. I think they've made some very, very good signings. I'm very impressed by Ben Mee. I think that's a great signing.
Oh, they got Ben Mee. Yeah, I
did.
forgot about him.
Keane Lewis Potter, who used to be a Hull. West Ham.
Everton wanted him, yeah.
Yeah, he looks.
We both did, yeah.
He looks very, very good. Obviously, the loss of Ericsson, I think, is going to be a massive factor. But again, I think they're going to push on. I think they've made some smart signings. They've got a good sort of squad depth. So yeah,
I think they'd be very happy with 10th.
Oh yeah, definitely. That might be a little bit higher, but it's hard. This sort of like for me between 16th and 9th is, or 9th and 7th is difficult.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, very close. I've gone for Villa in 10th.
Okay, yep.
I'm not fully sold on Steven Gerrard as a manager yet, but I do think that Aston Villa have a really good squad.
Yeah.
They have a good squad of players. They've signed Luca Digne. I think he'll be quality for them at left back.
True.
John McGinn, they've made him the captain. And I think I never really rated Tyrone Mings that much, so I think that's maybe a good decision. Ollie Watkins is a good striker. I think that they'll do well and they'll come in the top 10 at least.
Yeah, I think they'll take that. I mean, saying that, there was so much hype last season about Villa, wasn't there? Everyone was like, oh, 6th place, 7th place.
Yeah, they need to relax with that shit. Yeah,
they are a little bit. They do overhype their team a little bit. But we'll see. I did put them a bit lower, but again, they could easily get in the top 10. Yeah. This is when I looked at this morning, I was like, did I really put Leeds in 9th position? That seems a bit high.
That's some difference for us, 9th to 17th. Yeah.
So I'm obviously predicting a very, very good season. Trying to work out why I put them there. They nicked one of West Ham's young strikers, Sonny Peckins. I think Tyler Adams is a really good one, a really good signing. Brendan Anderson. And they spent a lot of money as well, a lot of money this summer. So predicting a very good season for them. I think they've got an American manager who looks pretty decent. I think 9th might be a little bit generous, honestly, but anywhere between 9th and 13th, I think is a decent season for Leeds.
Yeah, fair enough. I've gone for Everton. So you had
You're
Leeds.
Kidding me? 9th place.
You had Leeds 9th. I had Leeds 17th. You have Everton 17th. I have them 9th. And yes, I do have us finishing in the top 10. We've lost Richarlison. I understand that, but
I forgot to mention that you literally lost one of your best players and you've not replaced him at all.
Yeah, but we've been really smart in the market as well, I think. Like our biggest problem last season was we didn't have a leader, we didn't have a proper centre back. We've signed Tarkovsky on a free. I think that was really smart business. We're bringing in Gana Game, we're bringing in Onana. We had a massive problem in the centre of the park last season. A lot of our centre mids got injured and kind of were underperforming. And I think that's a part of the squad that we've replaced really well. And Dwight McNeil, I think, could do really well for us. And if we sign a striker or a forward, I think that we're in prime position, and that will have been a 10 out of 10 window, honestly. So we'll see how it goes. But
I mean,
that's
you
what I'm
take
predicting.
9th, not right now. You grab it with both hands and run.
Yeah, I take it. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried either, though.
I think a lot of Everton fans are. I think a lot of pundits are concerned about Everton as well. But fair enough.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is your prediction. This is not my prediction. So I've gone for one place above Everton. Wow. 8th place is my team, West Ham. Yes. Okay. I think a lot of people are going to put them maybe 7th. I don't think anyone's going to put them in the top 6. Again, I think we've got a really small squad. Massive issue. I think we're going to miss Noble, even though he didn't play much last season. I think his presence in the team, our big money signing centre-back is already injured. Is Samaka, our new striker, going to be decent? Who knows? We've got such a curse with strikers. We seem to somehow ruin them. Like Haller has just gone and just like been incredible. Still kept Rice, kept Bowen. So I think that's a massive positive. But we need to make a couple more signings, particularly in left back. It seems like he wants to play...
like you're signing Cornet now, though, as well. So that's a good one.
That's a good point. So yeah, I'm going to the game on Sunday. Probably going to watch us get thrashed against Man City, but yay!
Holland hat-trick for
Yeah,
FPL.
probably,
Let's
yeah.
go. I've gone for Newcastle there in 8th.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, of course, Newcastle just have outrageous amounts of money now to spend, but I think it'll take them a lot of time still to break into that top 7 and break into that top 6. I still think that they're going to have a hard time doing that. They need to be smart with their business. I mean, when Everton got a load of money, you saw what we did. We just spent it
sprayed everywhere
shockingly and just like gave old players massive contracts and stuff like that. And that can happen easily enough. But I think Newcastle will be smarter than that. And I think they will eventually break into the top 6, but it takes time. And I'm going to put them in 8th position for now.
I think Newcastle is looking at teams like Everton who did that. And realise that you can potentially screw up your future as well if you just spray money around everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I think teams like Newcastle, West Ham, Everton are struggling to attract those quality players that maybe want to get into the top 6. And it has been a weird transfer window for teams like Everton, Newcastle, West Ham, and so on. But yeah. So 7th, I've gone for, not a massive surprise probably, Newcastle. Eddie Howe still being there, of course. I think it's great. I think Saint Maximin could have easily left. I think there's a lot of question marks on Wilson. He has to stay fit for the entire season. Otherwise, I think they're going to have issues. But I'm seeing it going well. I think 7th. I think they're going to spend more this transfer window and in January as well. I'm guessing there's still a January transfer window. Obviously, the World Cup is in the way, in the middle of the season.
I think they'd be happy with 7th, honestly. Like,
7th would be a massive result. They could get conference with that as well, so they could be in Europe. And I've got them pipping West Ham as well. So yeah, I think they'd take that. But again, things could go very, very wrong, and they could end up finishing 15th. But obviously, they get their safe this season for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I've gone for inverted there. I've gone for West Ham in 7th. So West Ham remind me a lot of Everton under David Moyes. Like, they're solid, they're hard to beat. They'll consistently get top 8 season on season like we did back then, but we'll just kind of, as you said, like struggle to get higher than that, like struggle to break into the top 4 and the top. Like it's hard to do with the teams that are there around them and spending way more money than them and obviously have bigger backing than them. So I think 7th for West Ham again would be good.
I'll take that. That's consistently getting in the top 7 for 3 seasons. So
that would be good, I think.
This is where it gets a little bit juicy. European football. Everyone's desperately trying to get into this 6th place. All the teams below. I've gone for Chelsea. Yeah, bit of a weird one. That's a big call.
Okay. Chelsea 6th.
So I've gone for, they've got a new owner, which I think he seems a bit sporadic. He's just sacked all the transfer staff behind the scenes and he's just doing it himself. They have signed a very good centre back. Who's going to play up top? Lukaku's left, so I need to sign a striker. It's just been a very weird transfer window with a massive transition. Honestly, I think they'd still take, I'm sure Chelsea fans wouldn't, but 6th place is still good. They're still in Europe and they can build on it. But yeah.
Aubameyang is rumoured to come to Chelsea. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's a weird one again as well. Like he just went to Barcelona. I know Barcelona is actually even weirder than Chelsea. I don't know what Barcelona's doing.
I don't know what the hell's going
on.
Don't
they owe like a player like 30 million and they're just like going around spending it on players?
Yeah, it's very random. Yeah,
it's weird.
So you went for Chelsea. I have gone for Man United. So they have made some decent signings, like they've signed Christian Eriksen, Martinez, and there's probably going to be more to come. But I really feel like they just need to sort out the toxicity at that club. Like there's just at the club level, the toxicity is massive. Like the thing with Ronaldo already is putting uncertainty into the season, and Ten Hag and Ronaldo having beef going into the first game. Martial's injured now for the first game. Who the hell's going to start up front? Is Ronaldo going to start? Is he not? I don't know. I think there's just a lot of question marks around Man United, so I think they'll struggle again this season, even though Ten Hag I do think is a decent coach. But I think they'll get out of it eventually, but I think it's another season of struggles for United for now.
It's another season of building, but I think Ten Hag is a decent manager. I think he's going to do well.
I think so too. I think so too.
So 5th place, I've gone for Manchester United. Like I said already, Ten Hag is, I think, going to be a good manager. I think he's going to bring out some of the best out of Sancho, Rashford again. Eriksen, I think, is you can't understate how good he was for Brentford last season. He was quality. So having him in that Manchester United side seems to already have a system where he's got Fred as that sort of CDM. He's got Bruno, maybe Eriksen coming off of him, which could be quite an aggressive formation, but might work. I think Ten Hag is really going to start building. I don't think they'll be happy about 5th place, but I think they're going to show a bit more potential than last season and just start to build a little bit.
Fair enough, yeah. I've gone for the inverted one again. I've gone for Chelsea in 5th. We're kind of just swapping positions a little bit here, but I actually predicted Chelsea to be like top 2 last season. I thought they had a chance to win the league last season when I was completely wrong on that.
It was Lukaku hype, wasn't it? Everyone was like, he's going to knock in
well,
goals.
I never really even rated Lukaku as much as others, but I don't know. I just thought Chelsea's squad, even Havertz and Werner, I thought they were going to come to life. Havertz has done well, to be fair, but Werner struggled, and I think they're weaker now than they were last season. I think their squad's weaker now than they were last season. So a lot of their signings haven't paid off, and they've kind of struggled in the market a little bit. So I don't know. I think that 5th place for Chelsea, I think they'll just miss out on the top 4. I think they'll be in the running for the top 4, but I think I'm going to say they'll just miss out.
Do you think the manager's going to make it if he comes 5th or 6th? Do you think he's going to get sacked? Or?
I honestly think Tuchel could be in trouble. Yeah, I don't know.
Which is a bit harsh because he's already been complaining like, I need more transfers here. Like, this is not good enough. Saying he's just got a new left back, so that's true.
Yeah, we'll see. I suppose.
Top 4. I found this really tricky between 3rd and 4th. Very tricky indeed. Been watching these guys on Amazon. Very entertaining. It's rubbing your hands. What the hell was that? So I've gone for Arsenal in 4th place. I think Jesus.
Me too.
Vieira, I think, is a really good signing. I think they made some really, really good signings that I think I'm really going to push them on. And they did obviously screw up a little bit last season at the end on the last hurdle to miss out on 4th
They looked
place.
good before that, though. They did. Yeah. And you know, like I think they were unlucky to miss out on top 4 last season. They're growing in confidence, and I think a lot of the younger players are getting more mature now. So I think that Arsenal, as you said, they made some decent signings as well. I think that they'll be top 4 this season.
Yeah,
and I think they'll be delighted with that.
If they don't get it, then I feel like Arteta might be in trouble because he has spent a lot of money.
Yeah, he's been backed. Yeah,
100%. Have you gone for Arsenal in 4th as well, or?
I have done, yes. Okay. I've gone for Arsenal in 4th.
So I've gone for 3rd place. Not a massive surprise, probably. Spurs.
Okay.
I think Richarlison is a mega signing for them. They've never really had anyone to sort of back up Kane. I know Richarlison can play on the left or the right.
Anywhere where he can play, yeah.
I think Conte is an incredible manager, but he does have issues normally with like the second season. The players start to get a little bit tired. They get a bit fed up because he's quite a hard working manager in terms of he wants the players to work in training. They can get a bit bored. So maybe it could go the complete other way, that they could collapse, but I don't see it. I think Son, Kane, incredible. I think Conte's already made some very good signings. I forgot his name now, the Brighton CDM they bought.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Basuma is who you're talking about.
Basuma, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay, Yves Basuma. Yeah, he's quality. That's a very good signing. Yeah, I think they've had a really good mark as well. But
have you gone for 3rd Spurs as well, I'm guessing?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I've gone for Liverpool in 3rd place.
Okay.
So this is probably the Evertonian in me speaking here, but I was really debating between putting Liverpool and Spurs 2nd and 3rd. Like I thought about it a lot, but I'll talk about Spurs when I'm talking about them when I put them where I've put them, obviously. But I just think Liverpool will struggle. They've lost Mane. I think Mane is a massive loss. We don't know how Nunez will be. I do think that that Jota is quality. I think that Diaz is quality, but I don't know. I think that Spurs and Liverpool will be pushing each other all the way. I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, if Liverpool finished 2nd, but I've just gone with Liverpool 3rd to spice it up a little bit.
So you don't think Liverpool's going to get anywhere near the top? We've already scored our 1st place, I guess, but
yeah, I don't.
Ooh.
I don't.
Okay, interesting. All right.
So I've gone for Spurs, obviously in 2nd there. Yeah. And I don't know. I just think that Spurs have an insane front line now. Like they just have, like they have Kane, Son, Richarlison, and Kulusevski. I think that's genuinely like one of the best front threes.
This terrifies me as a West Ham fan. I hate I cannot describe how much I hate. It hurts me putting them third, let alone second.
Yeah. And then Conte is just elite as well. Like I really do think he's an elite manager, and I'd be very surprised if they didn't break into the top four. It depends on how they do, I suppose, and how he's like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they'll do well though.
So I've gone for Liverpool in second. Nunes, I put a question mark on. He did look pretty good in the Community Shield recently. Did seem to show some goal prowess. No Mane, and again, I think that they're so close. A few players, they haven't got great squad rotation right now in terms of fighting against Man City. Robson gets injured. Van Dijk, Henderson. I think they're going to start struggling. So that is a concern, definitely. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so we've both gone for Man City as the champions then, yeah.
I think that's the obvious choice.
I think they're going to be runaway winners this season. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as close as last season. With Haaland there now, they have their striker, they have their goal scorer. Depends on him staying fit, obviously, but I don't know. Their squad depth is just absolutely outrageously insane. Like, if one of their players gets injured, it doesn't matter. They'll just replace him with
the
with another.
Issue, I think, is their left side. I think is it Mahrez
on the right. Sorry,
on the right. Yeah. That's an issue. Mahrez. But apart from that, they've got cover in every place, and I'm guessing Foden can probably play on the left anyway, so it's not a massive issue. Yeah. But yeah, I think Haaland's going to be. I think he may take a little bit of time to get used to the pace of the Premier League. But I think him and Grealish, Calvin Phillips, which no one seems to be talking about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've completely forgot about that. Even, to be honest,
no one mentions him. Like every time I hear talk about Man City, I don't hear his name. But again, he's just going to be sitting on the bench. They spent 50 million on him, I think.
Well, Fernandinho's pushing on. I mean, he's not going to start ahead of Rodri though. But I don't know. I think Rodri's probably the best centre defensive midfielder in the league. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll be very surprised if it's tight at the top this season. I really do feel like Man City is going to run away with it. Only distraction I see is they're going to be so desperate to win the Champions League. Yeah, that could be like a factor in it, maybe, potentially.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Maybe Liverpool get knocked out earlier, which probably won't happen. And maybe they can just gun ho for the Premier League. But yeah, I hope it's not Man City run away with it. I want someone else to win it, but we'll see.
Maybe Spurs will be pushed on enough to challenge for the league. Who knows?
No. Spurs can't. They can come further.
Hey, you said you don't want it to be runaway winners. How about Spurs instead?
I'll take anyone apart from Spurs. Why is it all London clubs? Honestly, it's annoying. Everton, you want them to come ninth. Oh, jeez. So yeah, that is our predictions. Let us know in the comments who do you think is going to win, who do you think is going to be last, who do you think is going to be relegated, who do you think is going to be in Europe. Is there any ones that stand out where you're like, whoa, TheApexHound got that completely wrong. That one in ninth makes no sense whatsoever.
I think your one in ninth makes no fucking sense. Huh? Everton are clear of Leeds.
Wow, okay. Anyway, it'd be quite cool to come back to this, of course, when we finish the season and see if we got
maybe we'll
anywhere.
Do that, anyway, we'll see how bad our predictions were.
Thank you guys for watching. What we're going to do also is leave our Fantasy Football League codes in the description below so you can join our leagues and try and compete against the very top FBL player. Not going to happen. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys soon, and bye-byes.
Peace out.